Green players are cheaters, and nobody wants to admit this fact. Don't believe me? I'll prove it to you. In order to prove this, though, we're going to have to take a look at Magic's history and establish what makes a card broken. Magic is a beautiful game between the elegance of the tapping system, the stunning artwork and world building, the various planes, and the balancing of the 5 colors and their various strengths and weaknesses. Few games can rival the depth and possibilities that Magic provides. The different color strengths and limitations have always been balanced around the core principles in Magic. This is what Magic is balanced around, and these principles are that you get to draw 1 card and play 1 land or mana source per turn. And if you want to increase either of those, you must invest resources to do so. Now, let's take a look in Magic's history at the most powerful cards of all time, the Power 9. If you don't know what the Power 9 are, welcome to the world of Magic, and allow me to enlighten you. The Power 9 are 9 extremely rare cards printed during the early days of Magic, all the way back in 1993 in the Alpha set. They were considered the most powerful cards of all time, and 8 of the Power 9 still are considered that. The Power 9 includes legendary cards such as Black Lotus, the 5-colored Moxen, Time Walk, Ancestral Recall, and Time Twister. Time Twister is the only one of these cards that is legal in the Commander format. The rest of them are only legal in Vintage, which is the most powerful format of all time. There are no bans. You can play whatever you want in Vintage, but certain cards, like the Power 9, are restricted, meaning you can only play 1 of them instead of 4. Let's take a look at what the Power 9 do, though, to understand why these cards are so powerful. Black Lotus and the 5 Moxen all allow you to accelerate your mana production without using that land slot for very little investment. They take no mana and they generate mana, and they do not take up your land play for that turn, which allows you to accelerate your resources at a much faster rate. The rest of the Power 9 allow you to draw a lot of cards for a very low investment. Ancestral Recall is 1 mana to draw 3 cards, which is just ridiculous. If you've played Magic before, you know that card is broken. Like, no one needs to tell you that. So as you can see, breaking the 1 card draw and 1 mana source rule is what makes a card broken in Magic. Typically. Some cards don't, but for the most part, the most powerful cards are cards that allow you to break these rules. So what does this have to do with green in Casual Commander? Nothing. I just wanted to set precedent on what is powerful about these cards and what makes a card powerful in general. In Commander, we don't have access to the Power 9. And, there are kind of 2 types of Commander games. I'm sure if you guys have been in the format for a while, you know that there is Casual Commander, which is the decks that I brew and the games that I typically enjoy playing. And then there's a pretty much entirely separate format called CEDH, which stands for Competitive EDH. And in CEDH, we have a lot of fast mana, things like Mana Crypt, things like the legal Moxen, cards that allow you to generate more mana than it takes to play them. But these cards aren't really socially acceptable in Casual Commander. In CEDH, green is likely the worst color, and this is largely because people don't need to use the green ramp because everybody is playing this fast mana. But when that fast mana isn't available, like in Casual Commander, green just offers such both faster and safer ramp options than all the other colors have access to. So in Casual Commander, people have to ramp using other methods. There are the signets, which all colors have access to, but these are both slower than what green has access to in terms of mana dorks and enchantment style ramp, and it is also less safe than what green has access to in terms of land ramp, since land destruction isn't really a thing in Casual EDH. In Casual Commander, if you drop a Mana Crypt, you're gonna get the side eye from most of the table. but the green player has 8 mana on turn 4 and nobody bats an eye. Like, look at this board state. This is just ridiculous. This was like the turn after he had just been board wiped by Baleful Dragon 2. My friend literally played 3 Eldrazi in one turn because green is just so good at ramping and generating mana. It's ridiculous. Green players just get away with whatever they want, and nobody complains. Because that's just what green does. Green ramps. But ramping is completely broken in a format where there are 3 other players and everyone has 40 life. Every single deck in Casual Commander, alright, not every single deck, but like 90% of decks in Casual Commander need some way to ramp. You need to accelerate your resource generation so that you can keep up with everyone into the mid and late game and really allow for those explosive turns to happen on your turns 7, 8, 9, 10 when you expect a Casual Commander game to kind of wrap up. So green is in a really unique position in Casual Commander where they're able to cheat and get ahead on mana resources a lot more consistently and a lot more safely than all the other colors can. Green also just doesn't really have any huge glaring weaknesses in Casual Commander. Typically, green's weak point is that it's pretty hard to interact with creatures. But they do have ways to do this. It's not like it's impossible. In Casual Commander, pretty much every color can answer creatures. Green is a little riskier, needing to like fight or bite a lot of the time, but they do still have cards like Beast Within that like can just hit anything for some reason. And they're one of the best colors at answering artifacts and enchantments, which is pretty rare, white being the only other color that can answer both of those types. They also have great card advantage. Sure, it might be a little board dependent or creature dependent on occasion, but that's what green decks do. So unless you're getting completely locked out of the game by some powerful Edict deck or something, like, you're probably going to be able to draw cards just fine in green. So green both has by far the best ramp, on par card advantage, good interaction, like arguably some of the best interaction in Commander, because, you know, any color can answer creatures, and green is one of the only 2 colors that can answer both artifacts and enchantments. And they have, like, good board protection and just generally good, like, utility pieces. There just isn't really a downfall in green in Casual Commander. And so that brings me to my next point, which is that, yeah, green players are cheating, dude. Like, why do they get all this? They just can do everything. And they have the most consistent ramp. How is that fair? And, you know, I'm not saying that other colors can't cheat. In fact, you know, we know all the colors can cheat. Blue has free counter magic, which is just completely broken and cheating. Black has, like, 1 mana reanimation spells that just cheat on mana costs, or they can, like, pay life to cast their spells, which is totally cheating. Red has stuff like Dockside Extortionist and Mana Geyser. Like, you know, every color is capable of cheating, you know, maybe except white. White can't really cheat. White's pretty bad at cheating. White's kind of a fair color. That's why white's fun, though. Play some more white decks, guys. Try it out. It's fun. But when you cheat with the other colors, people will, like, know you're doing powerful stuff. People will see you reanimate an 8-drop on turn 2 and be like, that's a problem. We need to stop that right now. We need to shut that person down. Or if you play, like, free counter spells or, like, fast mana, you're gonna get dirty looks in Casual. Like, it's just a little too powerful for what most Casual games are looking to be, and that's fine. You know, not every game has to be super powerful. But when the green player has, like, 8 mana on turn 4, or they ramp turn 1, turn 2, and turn 3, like, nobody freaks out. Nobody, like, does anything. People might be like, oh, he has a lot of mana, that's kind of scary. But, like, dude, they're cheating, bro. They're friggin' cheating. And no one calls them on their bullshit. Now, I'm not saying that I want, like, they should nerf green or, like, give other colors, like, better ramp options. Like, and Treasure has helped a lot. Treasure has given all the other colors like a little bit of a catch up towards green in terms of that acceleration power and that cheating ability. And ultimately, the colors are never going to be perfectly balanced, and especially when Wizards is trying to balance them between all the different formats that exist. Like, some colors are just naturally going to be stronger in certain formats, and that's fine. And you know what? I like cheating. Cheating is really fun. Green decks are super fun to play because they just do the thing really consistently. They just are very easily able to accrue tons of mana resources and cards, and they play big dudes, and they smash face, and that is a great time. Green makes you feel like a god when it's going well, and it goes well a lot of the time. I think in Casual Commander specifically, green just has more going for it. And green players are cheaters. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being a cheater. But just admit it, Admit that you're cheating when you play a green deck. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I like cheating too. I'll play green decks. I like green decks. Teamer is my favorite 3-color combo. I love a good green deck here and there. But, yeah. We're cheating. You're a cheater if you play green. It's just, that's how it is, You're just breaking the game, and that's fine. Anyways, I just wanted to give this little rant. Sorry I haven't been uploading a lot recently, guys. I've been starting a new job and just been settling in, and this video is kind of different for this channel. I think I want to kind of do more discussions like this. I think they're really fun, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say or what you think about green decks. Do you think green players are cheating, or you think green isn't that much better than the other colors in Casual Commander, and I'm just, making a fuss over nothing? And, of course, I don't want Wizards to, nerf green or, stop printing ramp or stuff like that. Ultimately, it's fine that the different colors are not all exactly balanced. It's totally fine. And as I said before, I like cheating. It's fun. But admit when you're cheating. Because you're cheating. You cheating. You a big cheater.